possible massive trade incoming for the Padres per reports from Ken Rosenthal. Michael King could be the next Padre dealt this offseason. What's going on, everybody? Christian Peterson here with another episode of Padres Digest, bringing you all of the doom and gloom, good news, everything in between, takes, opinions, insight, all homegrown right here from San Diego, California. Make sure you hit that subscribe button so that all of our videos come straight to you without you having to go anywhere, in the comfort of your phone or your computer or tablet or however you consume this. We thank you very much for checking in. Like I said, Michael King, per reports on Sports Illustrated, courtesy of several different of their reporters, it seems like sources are saying that Michael King could be the next Padre dealt, Ken Rosenthal being the biggest of those names. I think that the fact and the fiction of this all is that the offseason has not been great for the Padres in terms of bringing anything good in. They lose out on several major potential free agents. They also lose out on Padres like Jurickson Profar and Ha-Seong Kim leaving. Profar most recently also and most notably saying that there are issues with the front office. Past that, we have players that have gone and avoided arbitration, like Dylan Cease and Luis Arraez, both getting deals done with the Padres. Michael King, however, not so fortunate in terms of the Padres and him being able to come to an agreement. They are about $500,000 off. Padres offered something in the 7 range. Michael King wants something in the 8 range. They have decided to play this season out and go to an arbitration hearing. And I got to think that that puts him as the distinction to be slightly above, maybe a notch above Arraez and Cease and Xander and all the other guys. But in terms of those three who are all notably on 1 year remaining of their deal, I think that that puts King at the head of the class to be potentially dealt. So I give these reports a decent amount of validity. I think that it's good news, bad news. If he is off with the Padres and is about to go have a great season, and the arbitration is going to side with him, and then the Padres don't want to come back. Like if there is trouble in paradise brewing there, let's get 5, 10, 15, let's get the first half of this season good starts-wise out of him, let him prove his value, and ship him. Send him somewhere to a team that's in the AL or in the NL East or something like that that's competing, that we can get a mutual deal from. Or if this season is tanking, that right there is great stats that you can, not tanking for the Padres, not for him. If this season crumbles and falls apart and the wheels really come off and the Padres just don't have the depth to get it done, dish him a quarter of the way through the season. If you can see the writing on the wall and get something massive in return, great. What I don't want to see, though, is the Padres rationalize that this right here equals out to a quality and controllable left fielder to fix the Profar absence. The Padres just recently go out and they re-sign Elias Diaz, so technically we have a catcher, and now the last thing that's really left other than starting to do the whole deconstruction of the team to rebuild it in a different thing is a left fielder. And I would really hate to see if the Padres make the decision that trading Michael King to avoid arbitration and a friction that's going to ultimately just end up with him leaving in exchange for someone who they try to pass off as like, oh, get hype, this is the next dude. I would rather just promote internally and ride or die with King as a part of this pitching staff. And this could all be for naught in terms of the panic. This could just be a genuine, the Padres front office right now is just off with him on protocol of how they arrive and compute at their numbers, and they're happy to pay him this and continue that relationship and sign him for something longer term that sets a fair, appropriate market value. And maybe they have the money to do all this, and maybe they have all of this. What I don't want to see, though, and I'm afraid that we might be seeing, is prolonged silence followed by disgruntled play followed by bad trade. And to me, that could take the panic meter from just under 1 to like a 3 or a 4 if King goes in that kind of a deal. If we get later in the season, I have long said that the Padres might just be saving their money right now for a quality offseason or quality in-season move. The Padres could also just be saving their money for next year or the year after. I think that you look at this team, it is still top 10 in terms of payroll. It's still top 10 in terms of power rankings. And we are saying ultimately that the guy that is linked to trade right now, like those are good stats that he put up last season. We saw him start and win important playoff games. We know that if the Padres could arrive at a number that works with him, he could be a very, very quality major league starter for the next 3 to 5 years, kind of guy that you can really anchor a rotation around. So that's why I really want to see him back. Okay, if this was best case scenario, we would work out deals with all of those guys and just, stay put is the deflationary amount of it, and we promote internally, or we go get another $2 million guy to hit 8th, play left field, and just not drop the ball. I'm fine with that if that means all of the money is going to be spent. But right now, there are starting to be rumblings from the world of sports reporters who seem to be plugged in, at least in terms of they are hearing whispers of it. And I think that where there's smoke, there is fire. So, folks, be on the lookout for what Michael King and the Padres are going to do here, because I think that if there is a bad deal to be made, it's going to be made before the season starts. I think if there is a bad deal to be made, he is going to be dealt in a way, like I said, that results in the Padres trying to rationalize that, this new guy is our left field fix, and we're just gonna, we're gonna make sure we've got enough quality 3 through 5 guys that we'll figure out. No, this is a good major league pitcher in a league that really has proven that quality arms are not a dime a dozen. So that's where we're at. It's just reports right now, but look for this to be, I think, the next bellwether big domino to potentially fall or not fall in terms of indicating kind of the truth to what is really going on with the Padres front office. I could be wrong about all that, though, or I could be missing somebody that would be a perfect trade deal for Michael King. So make sure you drop a comment in this video making your opinion known. I don't know why I'm saying that so complicated. I am visualizing what this could look like, and I unfortunately, I don't see great things down the road if there are already links to money, shortcomings, shortfalls with front office, and now potential talks of trading a guy who we are off on money and going to arbitration with. I'm afraid that we got to maybe brace ourselves for some more bad news here. But like I said, drop a comment letting me know what you think. And as always, subscribe to the channel so Padres Digest can come straight to your feed whenever you open your phone. Talk to you guys soon.